the court is and we are giving the institution the benefit of the doubt that they would look at us and realize everything they've been teaching us about PR and dialogue, and realize that it is time for the world to see that everything they've been teaching us manifest. And we are hoping and knowing very well that we will not probably have to get to legal tussle, but have to look at the voice of reasoning and conscience.
Okay, clarify for me, because I know that sometime this year, or last year actually, when the fees were increased, you led another group of students to agitate. By how many percentage points was the fee increment?
Well, it differed on whether you're a top-up student or a regular student or weekend school. I am a regular student. My fees used to be 2,400. It's now 2,520. Okay. There are people whose fees jump from 2,800 to 3,000 and above. So there's no, even though the management states in their release that it's 5% or 10%, if you do the calculation very well, there are students that are paying even beyond that. Management is telling us that this time around they are admitting, the last time we had the meeting, they said they are admitting fee-paying students. Okay. And this is something we have never known in GIJ. We know many other universities, when they are admitting, they have a list for people who are on government scholarships and all that, and there are people who are fee-paying. The explanation we got is that some of them are on fee-paying, and that's why their fees are that high.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Abdul Niche, he's one of the student leaders on this particular matter. The school insists that until they pay these fees, they will not be allowed to write the examination. In fact, those who were able to pay the fees at a deadline are asked to defer their courses up until next year. So we'll be following up on this for the development, especially as the meeting currently ongoing between leadership of the students and management of the school continues at this particular moment. But let's move away from that. And renowned economist and member of the governing New Patriotic Party, Kwame Mpinim, has described as unfortunate the attempts by individuals to institutionalize social profiling and marginalization of certain tribes in the country in a reaction to certain publications which seek to denigrate people from the Volta region. He said government must urgently address the development or face the wrath of the people.
If you are in a group and you know that there are people who are non-FS, non-accounts, use English language. That's what we're taught at modern school. Don't let somebody feel that I don't belong. This country is for all of us, and people should not be made to feel marginalized.
Though the publishers have apologized and served notice to withdraw the books, the renowned economist says it is not enough, as government would need to lead the way.
I'm an account, but I don't feel comfortable when we call CARES, the CARES program, Obatampa. When you take an account statement and put it in our modern democratic system, it doesn't sit well. The full saying is Obatampa na onim die ne bebedie. The government is not our father. They have to listen to us. Ejapa. What does Ejapa mean? So you see, we should be very careful when we are taking these traditional statements and putting them into the modern culture. They may be misogynist, they may be paternalistic, they may be just being that I know better, I'm your father.
The textbooks, History of Ghana, Book 3, was authored by Bedu Nkansa and Nellie Matheson Inim, while the Golden English Basic 4 was authored by Ochiri Beifi Alexander, both of which contain bigoted contents targeted at others.
You're still watching Midday Live here with me, Komla Adum. Let's return to our earlier story. My colleague Mercy Darling Loco joins me now from the Ghana Institute of Journalism for the latest on this. Hello, Mercy Darling Loco. Earlier, you mentioned to us that it was some kind of a chaotic situation, especially as the police prevented the students from having access to the campus. Has that changed?
Yes, the situation currently here is calm. The students are still here, however, under the chief officers of the campus, they are insisting that they want to hear from management. They want to know what management is saying. They want to present a petition. However, there is none for management to accept their petition. So until their petition is accepted, they are not leaving. We, however, know that some students are in a meeting with management at the new site of the school. The students here are waiting what the outcome of that meeting is. But apparently, one of the students who is leading this charge urgent to tell us exactly what they want management to do with regards to the concerns in the region. Hello, Adam, and and welcome to TV3.
Hello, good afternoon.
So exactly what do you want management to do? Because we are having a meeting with some members of the students. And what study are your concerns?
We want management to take back the communique they released yesterday. We are aliens to that part of the school rules. Never in the history of GIJ has these kind of laws been set. These were not part of the social contract we had in the school when we decided to attend school. It is not in our admission letter. It is not in the student handbook. A week to exams is not a good time to set new laws with regard to school fees payment.
Okay, but would you agree with those who are saying that this means you are using to channel your displeasure is not the right thing, and you could have engaged management on it without necessarily a marching up here?
We've been engaging management for the past 2 years now. It hasn't come to any better conclusion. This is the next step. So we are tired of the talk and talk. The talk is not reaping benefit. So now we are moving in, and we are asking that management comes to give us an explanation. We deserve an explanation, I believe.
But we have some of your colleagues currently in a meeting with management. Don't you trust them to negotiate well on your behalf?
We are not even here for a negotiation. Our colleagues who are there are neither there for a negotiation, are also not there for a negotiation. They are there to simply ask management to withdraw the communique. Look, what was released yesterday is an affront to the human rights of the student body. It sets and insults our dignity in every single way. And no democratic dispensation to set a communique come from the school.
Okay, so if the school refuses to adhere to your demand, what's next for you?
We will stay here.
How long are you going to stay here?
Even if it means forever, we'll be here.
All right. So from now, from where you go, the students say until management reverses their decision of asking students to disperse because they didn't pay their school fees on time. They are going to continue to be here until management listens to them.
Thank you very much, my colleague Mercy Darling Loco there, speaking to one of the leaders of the GIJ students agitating over the latest directive for management of a school for students who fail to meet a deadline for paying their school fees to defer their courses. We'll be monitoring that situation, and especially the meeting that's currently ongoing will bring you the fallouts subsequently here on TV3. But away from that, the Minister for Works and Housing, Francis Asenso-Boakye, says government is working with agencies to ensure flooding is reduced. Touring some flood-prone areas in Accra, the sector minister said the third phase of the Odo dredging project is expected to help carry huge volumes of water into the sea and reduce flooding.
The minister first visited the Odo stream, where he firmly promised to deal with flooding. The first dredging works began from 2015 to 2019 and was extended to help scoop deposits of refuse in the lagoon to allow water flow swiftly into the sea without any impediments. The tour also enabled the minister to have first-hand information on the progress of work on the lagoon.
Many people continue to dump solid waste materials into our drainage channels. People are dumping bicycles, refrigerators, and these are what is blocking the free flow of water, and that's what is causing the major aspect of the flooding in Accra and across the country. So I want to take this opportunity to urge Ghanaians to be responsible in the disposal of solid waste. I also want to use this opportunity to call on the various district assemblies enforce strictly the various planning laws and the building codes that are key to causing flooding in our country.
The operations manager of Dredge Masters, Sena Adiapena, explains why the company was undertaking the third phase of dredging of the Odo Lagoon. According to him, the ongoing works was at 60% and expected to be completed within 45 days. Though he expressed satisfaction with the progress of the ongoing works, he bemoaned the continuous stay of squatters around the banks of the lagoon.
This is the section where the water finally flows out into the sea. So this is a very key and important area. Once we address this, we are sure that most of the water that comes in through here will be able to flow out with ease. But at the moment, as you can see, there's heavy silt buildup, and we are working hard to ensure that within the next 45 days, we should clear all of this.
He appealed to the Housing Ministry to relocate the squatters when the need arises.
Now, a year into the COVID-19 pandemic, frontline health workers have been sharing their experiences battling the virus on the front line. My colleague Emmanuel Samani has been interacting with frontline workers in the Greater Accra Regional Hospital.
When the World Health Organization (WHO) declared the coronavirus outbreak a global pandemic on March 11, 2020, doctors, nurses and medical staff at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital knew they had to be prepared to deal with an invisible enemy. Dr. Emmanuel Adepa of the COVID-19 management team has been at the forefront of the COVID-19 fight. Despite the risks involved in the fear of contracting the virus, he and his colleagues have helped persons who contracted COVID-19 to recover.
You were faced with two things: not knowing whether you were going to get infected yourself in the next moment, because you are always on the field getting exposed to patients, and also not knowing whether or not the patient you see or stabilize this moment will deteriorate in the next moment and die. Actually, because this pandemic is like a war.
He is not the only one. Frontline health workers the world over are faced with enormous challenges to deliver essential care to patients, struggling with inadequate equipment, constant fear of spreading the virus and other social misconceptions relating to their work. Often isolated, they have seen colleagues and patients die.
On the last day of the training, we got to know that a case has been reported and it came to Ridge Hospital. So the decision as to whether to start work or not, we didn't even have enough time on our hands. We had to make timely and critical decisions at the time. We all jumped in, whether we had fear or not, because we needed to save the situation.
According to Amnesty International, at least 17,000 health workers have died from COVID-19 over the last year. New variants of the virus discovered in recent months led to a resurgence of infections. But with some countries rolling out vaccines and health workers among the first in line to receive shots, there is some sense of hope.
From the beginning, we were really scared. But then we went through some training. We were trained as to how we were going to gun, doff, and then don. So we gathered some courage. That really helped us to face what was ahead of us.
Currently, thanks be to God, the rate of infections have dropped. So we are having about half. We are now working half capacity. So we are now on an average of 8 beds now. So that has sort of passed.
The joy of seeing patients who were critically ill get revived and actually survive and even get stabilized with post-COVID complications. Some will not even show any symptoms at all, as if anything has ever happened to them. That is a very, joyous moment when you see people who could not walk jump and tell you, "Doc, I'm fine, I'm better now." It makes you wake up and come back to do the same thing all over again.
Dr. Emmanuel Ahian-Blair, an emergency medicine specialist and head of the COVID-19 management team, urged citizens not to fall for conspiracy theories regarding the vaccines and get vaccinated.
It's advisable that everybody goes for, those who qualify, they should all avail themselves, go for the vaccine to protect themselves.
Emmanuel Samani, TV3 News, Accra.
Now, the Health Facilities Regulatory Agency says the use of a manual system in which workers of the association move from the length and breadth of a country in checking and regulating health facilities is negatively impacting its operations. The agency is therefore digitizing its operations to serve the public better.
The major role of the agency is to license and monitor both public and private health facilities. According to the agency, ensuring standards is key to improving healthcare delivery. The Health Facilities Regulatory Agency of Ghana has stated that currently standards are inadequate to inspect health facilities at all levels of care, and that a manual system brought challenges to its operations.
Our operational processes are primarily manual, with associated high cost and time consuming. Just imagine registering a facility with about 500 professional staff. This requires staff to authenticate the standing of all the personnel with their professional regulatory bodies, supported by relevant documents.
Now, the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has yet again suspended another member of a party for breaching the party's code of conduct. Stephen Atubiga, by a letter signed by General Secretary Johnson Esiedu Nketia, has been suspended with immediate effect. By the letter dated March 23, his matter has also been referred to the party's disciplinary committee for further action. On Tuesday, the NDC also issued a statement of the former Central Regional Chair of the party, Jacob Alote, and his suspension follows the unanimous adoption and acceptance of the report by the disciplinary committee set up to look into allegations of misconduct and anti-party behavior leveled against him, according to the party. I'm joined on the line now here on Midday Live by General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Esiedu Nketia. Thank you for joining us here on Midday Live, General.
You're welcome, my brother.
Now, this is the third major decision your party has taken in the last few months. The first, we saw the suspension of Kokwanyido, who was your deputy at some point. We also saw that just yesterday, Jacob Alote has also been expelled from the party. And this morning, we're learning about Stephen Atubiga, who has also been suspended by the party. It appears your party is on some suspension spree. What exactly has necessitated these?
Thank you very much. We are not just on suspension spree. The party has taken a decision to get up and clamp down on what is seemingly becoming some state of indiscipline within the party. So there has been a decision that the rules that were relaxed during the period of the electioneering must be revisited. Now that the elections are over, we should take action to deal with the indiscipline within the party so that we can move forward. No army can win any battle without discipline. So we have decided to apply the disciplinary code of the party strictly.
In this instance I speak about, which is Alote Jacobs, the former Central Regional Chair of your party, he had announced himself that he had quit the party before this decision came through. Would you say that this decision you arrived at is belated?
No, his case did not start yesterday. His case started more than 3 months ago. In fact, before his announcement, the report had been received from the disciplinary committee recommending his expulsion. So he thought he was being smart or in taking a decision that will preempt this action. But we don't stop a process that has been initiated because somebody has gone on the radio to make one or two announcements. The case has been investigated. He has been given opportunity for fair hearing, and a recommendation has been issued to the party. So if at that point he got up to announce his resignation of the party, he was just merely preempting a decision that has already been taken. And that would not stop the communication of that decision to him. So that is precisely what we have done.
General, I also want you to speak about Stephen Atubiga's situation specifically. We know sometime in February, the party had hauled him before the Functional Executive Committee for some comments he had made at some point. And I'm sure one of the reasons why you hauled him was to understand why he made those comments, and then also to get him to apologize to the persons he disparaged in those particular statements, especially Professor Joshua Alabi. Is it the case that he has not done those, for which reason you are suspending him from the party now?
Precisely, to refresh the memory of listeners. Atubiga's case started when he made certain pronouncements which were counter to the core beliefs of NDC. He specifically said that it is only foolish politicians who, after service, will go home poor. So it meant that as an NDC member, his focus would be to, take office and grab money from state resources and then go home rich, which is completely counter to the core beliefs of NDC. And it didn't end there. He also passed very disparaging and uninformed remarks about Professor Joshua Alabi, who was the campaign manager for the immediate past election. So we decided in the first instance not to trigger the full disciplinary process, but we chose to invite him, he being a first-time offender, to face the full fate. So when he came, his offenses were pointed out to him. He showed remorse, and so we decided to apply the least of the sanctions that could be found in our constitution, and that is reprimand. So we wrote to reprimand him and requested that he took certain remedial actions, including a formal apology letter to the party, another formal apology letter to Professor Joshua Alabi, and then to commit to be of good behavior for the next 6 months. Unfortunately, he did not live up to those commitments. Okay. So that is why the party found it necessary to refer his conduct to the appointment to the disciplinary committee for the full process to be gone through.
I want you to touch on the latest with respect to your former deputy as well. What is his current situation? Has the disciplinary committee concluded its work on his situation?
It's currently before the disciplinary committee, as we are now. Okay. And the committee has not reported to us. There is a time limit within which they must finish their work. The term is not expired yet, so we have not had any reason to go back to the committee. We are expecting them to do a good work and then advise the party leadership the way forward.
And is there any window of opportunity for some of these persons, especially those who are expelled, to get back into the party if they so wish?
Well, there is no article or clause in the Constitution that covers readmission. So all along, the leadership has taken the position that if an expelled member wishes to restore his membership, then he can come by way of a new application to join the party. Okay. In which case, all the services he had rendered in his previous membership will not count for his membership. So once you are dismissed, you are considered a non-member of the party. And if you want to rejoin, you apply for membership. And when you are admitted, the days will start counting from the day you rejoin. Okay.
General, before I let you go, I want you to briefly touch on this for me. The EIU report, which expects your party, the NDC, to win the 2024 election, but with a fresh candidates. How are you taking this?
I don't have sufficient time to deal with any other subject. As we agreed before this interview, I'm in a meeting. And then, because I signed to this document, I was compelled to come and address them. I beg you, we can arrange for another interview so we can deal with other.
Absolutely. Totally appreciate that you could join us here on Midday Live. General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Sidun Kita, there speaking to us on the latest decisions by the party's Functional Executive Committee to expel a former Central Regional Chair of the party, Alute Jacobs, and then also to suspend some members of the party, particularly Stephen Atubiga. You're still watching Midday Live here on TV3 with me, Komla Adumwa. Back with even more. Please stay with us.
Has removed or crack after fixing? If yes, your problems are over because Deluxe brings another top-notch brand, Deluxe Super Fix Style Cement. Dried right, mixed right, packaged right, giving you that excellent finish. It bonds better and lasts longer. Deluxe Super Fix Style Cement, a quality product with right raw materials, making it super. Deluxe Super Fix Style Cement, bond better.
Coming to Ghana this March, Evans Opong Ministries presents Knowledge Revolution. Guest speakers, Dr. Jewel Taylor, the current Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Apostle General Sam Karanchi, Ankara of Royal House Chapel, host Dr. Evans Opong, the City of Faith Ministry, London, UK, music ministration by M.O.G., Sam Genius, Effie Grace. This life-changing event will be happening from the 26th to the 27th of March 2021. Time, 6:30 p.m. each night. Venue, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra, Ghana. For more information, contact us on 0247-484-912. This event is free.
Do not drop the awareness. The fight is still on. Constant disinfection is still very pivotal in the fight against COVID-19. Call an expert today on 020-300-4055 or 050-126-5426 to ensure your space is disinfected.
The COVID-19 pandemic came with unavoidable global economic consequences.
Some of this we've seen already happen in the past 2 quarters.
In 2020, the government of Ghana saw a sharp decline in revenue into a yawning budget deficit.
I think it's really an incredibly pandemic period.
And now, the debt stock is ballooning, revenue is declining, and expenditure surging.
We think that there is a recovery. The recovery is in progress, but we do have some downside risks.
What does the economic recovery path look like in the short and medium term? Is there hope?
They say, Abani say, hotel for any restaurant for. A moment they say, Nipa and Tina restaurant TV, Oban Watina. But EPF also
Media General presents the 4th Economic Dialogue Series on the theme Ghana's Recovery Path in 2021, balancing fiscal consolidation with growth policies.
No one country can feel safe until every country has taken precautions to vaccinate its population.
Speakers, Razia Khan, Head of Research, Africa and Middle East at Standard Chartered, Wemkele Mene, Secretary General of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, Bright Simmons, Vice President of Imani Africa, Seth Tekpe, former Finance Minister, Professor Peter Kwoti, Director at ISSER. It's happening live on Thursday, 1st April 2021 at 9 a.m. So join us on TV3, 3FM 92.7 and on 3news.com. Remember, it's on Thursday, 1st April 2021 at 9 a.m. sharp. Media General 4th Economic Dialogue Series, making economic sense of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Are you Ghana's best cyclist? Can you ride around Ghana on a bike? If you're a professional cyclist, then the time has come for you to show your skills. It's time for the first edition of 3FM's Tour de Ghana. On Saturday, 24th April, Ghana's best cyclists will ride from Tema to Akosombo. Are you ready? With 10,000 Ghana cedis and other amazing products to be won, you certainly want to be a part of the most exciting cycling competition in Ghana yet. If you believe you have what it takes to win, call or WhatsApp us on 0550-052-927 to register for a cool 150 Ghana cedis, or you can enjoy our early bird discount if you register before 31st March for just 100 Ghana cedis. Special rates are available for groups with 5 or more team members. Amateurs can register to participate too. Let's cycle up to Akosombo and enjoy a cozy drive back to Tema on Saturday, 24th April. 3FM Tour de Ghana. Win together. #3FM Tour de Ghana.
In business, renowned economist Kwame Pienim has described the 5% levy placed on the banking sector to recoup 21 billion cedis spent on financial cleanup as unfair. According to him, taxing businesses on their profits is good, but asking only the financial sector to pay for a national crisis is most unfortunate.
Taxpayers' monies were used to clean up the banks. All of us have interest in the banks. The whole economy benefits from the existence of banks, and therefore cleaning them up, we all have a stake in it. We have clean them up. And why don't we tax the auditing firms, the external auditors, who kept saying these banks were growing businesses, and then they collapsed, and they are now the receivers.
According to government, the 5% tax on banks' gross profit is expected to help recoup the 21 billion cedis spent in cleaning up the financial sector.
I think that maybe the mistake that was made was that we did not set up something like a non-performing bank trust fund, which would have taken the assets of the banks, so that Ghanaians would have seen the correlation between I put my money in a bank, you didn't do well, I've lost my money. Now they are taking your assets, and I can go to the non-performing loans trust to be able to collect my money. That was a mistake.
An economist and Dean of University of Cape Coast Business School, Professor John Gachi, shared a similar view.
Because there are many choices available to government to deal with the banking sector crisis, but they chose this one. In fact, in some of the cases, some banks were collapsed, and there are dark clouds hanging on those decisions. So if you look at it from the point of view of government asking for extra sacrifice from the banks, that should be communicated in a particular language. But if you slash it on them by indicating that that is what I'm going to use to pay off the money I spent on the cleanup exercise, that is like you're bullying the banks.
The levy is projected to run till 2024 and reviewed thereafter.
Now, the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISSER, at the University of Ghana, has observed government needs to invest heavily in productive sectors of the economy and reduce waste in order to achieve the revenue targets it sets for itself contained in the 2021 budget. At ISSER's post-2021 budget analysis in Accra, Director of the Institute, Professor Peter Quartey, indicated that the human interaction in the processes at the Ghana Revenue Authority needs to be curtailed.
We have a lot of taxes, but I don't think we are being efficient in our tax collection. There is too much human interface, less human interface, less discretion. I think that's the kind of system we should be practicing. Property rates. Anytime they come with your bill, then they leave their number on the bill. Call me. Why should I call you? And you call them, and then they tell you if it's too high, come and let's negotiate. You negotiate for a reduced rate. I don't think that's the way to go. We need to rationalize expenditure and promote value for money spending. What I hear from Ghanaians is we need value for money.
Professor Peter Quartey noted government has to spend to recover the economy.
If you really want to recover, you spend as much as you can. Engage in more construction. Spend. Unfortunately for you and I, our government hasn't got the money to spend as much as they could, and they have to find means of raising that revenue. So we've seen tax increases aimed at boosting government revenue, which will increase the cost of doing business, reduce private sector investment, decrease economic activity, may increase incentive for tax avoidance, as I mentioned earlier, and businesses may pass this on to consumers, and this will make households worse off. The tax rebates, however, penalty, suspension, etc., will reduce the cost of doing business, encourage employment and investment. So you see, at one point, government is taxing. At other point, is also giving some rebates to cushion us.
The institute tasked government to come out with a debt sustainability formula in order to provide room for effective spending.
The high debt GDP ratio has been worsened by COVID-19 expenditures. We want to see some medium-term strategies to reduce debt to sustainable levels. I think we ought to be very serious with that, because we've reached points where debt service as a proportion of total revenue is 49.5%, close to 50%. That is unsustainable.
You're still watching Midday Live here on TV3 with me, Komla Adam. We have more in entertainment, international and sports news after the break. Please stay with us.
Hey, Papa, no. Hey, why is your friend at all?
I was at the bar with my friend Ato. We had bet on the game and tensions were high. And Ato said, Charlie, we could lose. So then I said, same day. I won 15,000. Then Ato said, wait, we bet the same amount. How come I only got 9,000? Now I asked, yo, you didn't bet to Bet Planet?
Wait. He didn't bet to Bet Planet?
I didn't bet to Bet Planet. Then the bartender said, Ato, you suck, oh, sharp. I go take all my money. Then Ato said, all your money? That was quick, oh. He's betting people say, come for yours tomorrow. We went the next day and they said, come for the rest tomorrow.
For the best odds, biggest wins, and fastest payouts, choose Bet Planet.
So Ato, where you dey? I still dey queue inside.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18.
Impressor oil and capsules are carefully formulated to give fast relief from pains associated with arthritis, musculoskeletal pains, waist and back pains, and pains related to sports and other injuries. They contain extras from carefully selected plants that keep the joint strong by stopping the degradation of glycosaminoglycan and support joint lubrication activity. The extras have antioxidant property and eliminate harmful toxins that lead to joint pains, muscular pains, and bone weakness. The combined usage of Impressor capsules orally and Impressor oil topically gives faster relief. They provide relief for a longer period of time. Their combined effect results in soothing sore muscles, alleviate joint dryness, and improve numbness at joints and extremities. With Impressor, pain flees. For bulk purchase, contact Iona Pharmacy 0553 134 185 0243 123 224. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Nido Fortigrow contains essential nutrients to help your child be body and mind ready for school.
I know he's ready because the love I give him grows with him.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved.
When the only choice they have is to be stronger, with even stronger wills. They see no limits and go hard. They lift higher and push even harder. They wipe the sweat off their brows, step up with rippling muscles to bear the weight of the title off. Ghana's Strongest, coming soon on TV3. Ghana's Strongest is powered by GASEM, the nation builder.
Are you Ghana's best cyclist? Can you ride around Ghana on a bike? If you're a professional cyclist, then the time has come for you to show your skills. It's time for the first edition of 3FM's Tour du Ghana. On Saturday, 24th April, Ghana's best cyclists will ride from Tema to Akosombo. Are you ready? With 10,000 Ghana cedis and other amazing products to be won, you certainly want to be a part of the most exciting cycling competition in Ghana yet. If you believe you have what it takes to win, call or WhatsApp us on 0550-052-927 to register for a cool 150 Ghana cedis, or you can enjoy our early bird discount if you register before 31st March for just 100 Ghana cedis. Special rates are available for groups with 5 or more team members. Amateurs can register to participate too. Let's cycle up to Akosombo and enjoy a cozy drive back to Tema on Saturday, 24th April. 3FM Tour du Ghana. Win together. Hashtag 3FM Tour du Ghana.
Brought to you by Bet Planet, Deluxe Super Fix Tile Cement.
Hello, good afternoon. Let's do sports news now here on Midday Live on TV3. My name is Yao Ofusula. Now, the Black Stars left yesterday and they landed in Johannesburg in South Africa for the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against the Bafana Bafana on Thursday.
The queen of social issues, she is great personified. She is witty and entertaining.
And every morning, we help you start your day the best possible way.
And together, they serve you a completely enthralling offering of the best mix of news, current affairs, entertainment, health, sports, every morning on your award-winning morning show, New Day, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. every weekday. New Day, wake up, feel the sunshine. New Day is brought to you by Vodafone, Bet Planet, Awake Purified Drinking Water,
Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil, Fecal Spray Starch, Sasso Insecticide Spray and Coil.
We are back to the sports news again. Sorry for that technical hitch. Let's move on and straight to our first story again. The Black Stars have landed in Johannesburg in South Africa for the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against the Bafana Bafana on Thursday. The Black Stars to beat South Africa's Bafana Bafana in order to secure qualification for next year's Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. The FA President and the Minister of Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, were speaking at the team's final training session in Accra.
Qualification starts from the very first game in South Africa, for which reason in the last 4 weeks we have been preparing for this all-important two assignments. When we march out of the tunnel to face the Bafana Bafana, let's all have one thing in mind: qualification. What that means is that whatever it takes for us to come out with the right result, we have to make the necessary effort. I have no doubt at all that in South Africa we are going to qualify for AFCON, not in Ghana but in South Africa. So I know you go with that spirit, knowing that even though the president of the GFA said we have 2 matches, but to me we have only 1 match, and that 1 match is in South Africa for us to go and qualify, so that when we come here we can just take that second match as a training
preparation towards taking the cup, the AFCON cup, I mean. Because the dream of the country and the dream of His Excellency the President is for us to take the cup come 2022.
And on some more stories, and the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, has admonished the WBO World Boxing Lightweight campaigner, Emmanuel the Gameboy Tego, to be disciplined in order to succeed in his career. He gave the advice when the boxer called on him at his office in Parliament House here in Accra.
Emmanuel the Gameboy Tego defeated Russian Vyacheslav Gusev at the Bukom Boxing Arena in Accra in 2019 to win the vacant International Boxing Federation (IBO) and the vacant World Boxing Organization (WBO) Global Lightweight titles. The boxer later relocated to the United States of America, where he defeated Mason Joseph Menard, alias Rock Hard Mighty, an American, in a majority decision. Gameboy Tego, who is currently on holiday in Ghana, presented the 2 titles he won 2 years ago to the Speaker. The Speaker of Parliament, while wishing him well, cautioned against complacency.
The only thing I'll plead with you is discipline. Discipline. Don't let these successes go into your head. Usually, when you become first, that's the time it becomes more difficult for you. Because everybody is eyeing you, and everybody wants to overthrow you. And so you have to work harder to be able to sustain the position of first. So don't let it go into your head and then you become complacent and take anything for granted. And now for the tactics and the strategies, it's your technical people that will take you through.
The boxer promised not to let the nation down.
Yeah, assurance. I mean, my Ghana is this is the money. Always around you and your Tego alias Gameboy. Always people know say me win in a war me side. There is no way I'm a panic worrying modernity. Me can't check Ghana for you now say I'm on pipe ni almost support pack I can me needy na the akanu you know mon jama me worrying no there is no way me dim kuku ana me Ghana flag you know out of from.
Emmanuel the Gameboy Tego is due to return to the US for the final world title eliminator in May.
That's all the sports news this afternoon here on Midday Live on TV3. Entertainment news is next.
I'm Anita Ekuya Kufu, and in entertainment this afternoon, multiple award-winning Ghanaian actor and politician John Dumelo has sympathized with students of the Ghana Institute of Journalism over their protest against a directive by the management that students who pay their fees late should defer their program. And Dumelo is of the opinion that the decision is harsh, insensitive and absolutely unfair, especially as it comes just a week to their exam. It's unfair to tell students to defer after late payment. Simply unfair. #Justice for GIJ students, the revered actor noted in a tweet on Wednesday morning. The popular actor joins many others who have said the management of the school should at least make such students pay a penalty fine rather than harshly order them to defer their course. And to some good news, one of Sony Music Entertainment's flagship labels, RCA Label Group UK, has confirmed the signing of fast-rising Ghanaian Afrofusion Afrobeat singer Jackie onto their label. Sharing a photograph of Jackie, born Jacqueline Echampong, and the cover art of her remix with Nigerian singer Omalay for Forever, the RCA Label Group UK wrote, "Incoming, Jackie is now part of the RCA UK family. Listen to her new track Forever remix featuring Omalay. The label will help in the distribution of the singing sensation's music to other parts of the world." To some other stories, Ghanaian British actress Ajua Andor has been named as a new cast member for the upcoming season of Polish American fantasy drama The Witcher. Andor will play Nenneke in second season of the Netflix series, set on a fictional medieval-inspired landmass known as the Continent. The Witcher follows Geralt of Rivia, a mutated monster hunter for hire who journeys towards his destiny in a turbulent world where people often prove more wicked than beasts. Andor is a film, television stage, and radio actress. Definitely a proud Ghanaian moment right there. My name is Anita Ikufu. That's it for entertainment. Up next is international news.
In international news, India's capital, Delhi, will begin randomized COVID tests at airports, bus stops and train stations amid what some experts say is a second wave. Mumbai, a financial hub and virus hotspot, ordered mandatory testing in busy areas earlier this week. Cases have surged in recent weeks. On Wednesday, India reported more than 47,000 new cases and 275 deaths, its highest this year. It has reported more than 11.7 million cases and 160,000 deaths so far. India's caseload dropped significantly at the start of this year. It reported under 10,000 new infections on some days. And this coincided with the launch of the country's vaccine drive, the largest in the world. But March saw a sharp uptick with more than 40,000 new infections reported daily since Sunday. That'll be all for this afternoon's edition of Midday Live here on TV3 with me, Komla Adum. I appreciate that you could join me. Let's do this again, same time tomorrow. You can find me and some of the team on social media. Have a good afternoon.